Hey guys, what's going on out there today? Hope you guys are doing fine, having a great day. I myself am having a pretty good day. It was the wife's birthday today, so it's actually been a really long one. In fact, it's 1:50 in the morning as I'm shooting this in preparation for today's video. So it's 1:50 on Friday morning, and this will be Friday's video, so Friday the 29th. So forgive me if I'm a bit sleepy, if I'm a bit hazy, but fingers crossed I can pull it out, and we won't have the same problem that we had yesterday when my little one woke up in the middle of the night and I had to duck out and take care of her. Leave that stuff in the videos, that's just the way I am. So if you want to check out me just bolting out of here and go and take care of my little girl crying in the middle of the night, check out yesterday's video. Which was actually an important video for me because it was my first video about Kobe Bryant since he passed away. So it was kind of an important video. It meant something to me. It had a bit more to it. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out that video. But if not, you're here to see this video today and you've already clicked on the link here. And basically what I'm saying in this video is I think they've made a mess of this one. I think they've made some bad choices. Yesterday's video is kind of all about the good choices they made with the Kobe line and that kind of Bruce Lee tie-up that's coming out real soon. And this one today is quite the opposite. I think they had a great looking sneaker. If you look at the profile on this guy right here, you'll be like, wow, that's a clean looking sneaker. The colors look great. What could possibly go wrong with that sneaker? Turns out the deeper you dig, the more wrong it goes. So without further ado, let's get into this shoe and have a look at how they've made a mess of the upcoming release of the Nike Air Max 95 Era. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel, Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel des. Mainichi Absuru no Den, Mainichi Mirika Design. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today, what we're looking at is a shoe that's coming out on June the 3rd, and this will go live for you guys on May 29th. So we're probably talking 6 days. Now, it's on the sneakers app here, which is always a good sign for me, because sometimes I talk about a shoe and then it just doesn't drop for ages when you're expecting it to drop in, say, February, and it drops in like April. But today's one, fingers crossed, it's on sneakers, so usually that's a good sign that it's going to be there, and it says June the 3rd, for at least here in Japan. It might be a different drop date elsewhere. But as soon as I saw this sneaker, I was just like, yes, that's gorgeous. It's a beautiful looking sneaker. And I was really happy that it could give me the option to de-ice or un-DS. Is that the right way to put it? I don't know how you guys say it out there. I personally would say de-ice these guys right here. This is my pair of Nike Air Max 95 Mount Fuji's, they're called, and I'll undo the laces on there. Never worn them unless it's in the house, and they're really a special shoe. In fact, you can see I've still got the tags in there, and I bought these. I think I bought these for my birthday last year, so they're more than a year old. And they're a great shoe. They've got a Mount Fuji motif going on the tongue, which is great for somebody who's living here in Tokyo, Japan. But even more important, I think, is the on the outsole there, you can see right in the middle there, it says Tokyo in Japanese writing, which is a great feature as well. So for somebody living in Japan, this was a must for me. This is the first time I've had them out of the box in a while, and they've actually held up quite well. They look pretty clean. They don't look like they've suffered from being in the box for a while. So, but I'll have to de-ice these or un-DS them or whatever it is we want to say. But today what we'll do is we'll use this as a sort of template for looking at these guys here, so we can look at all the important features on there. And I'll take you through first all the cool stuff and the stuff that I really like about them, and then I'll shatter your dreams. Well, maybe not shatter your dreams, but I'll shatter this shoe for you by going through the 3 different points on the shoe that are just like, no, you didn't know, wrong, bad choices. Whoever chose those things made a mistake and ruined a perfectly beautiful shoe. So first things first, what I'm going to do for you here looking at this is to count to 6, and we're going to do that from the bottom up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 layers to me on the outside edge, the lateral edge of the upper of an Air Max 95. And we want to look at the lateral side of these eras here, and you can see those 6 sort of layers on there. Really nice. Really clean. Love the greens and the oranges based in that sort of creamy, saily white kind of upper. It's a beautiful sneaker. You start up high with those green laces on there, and the eyelets, well, are the eyelets? Eye looped on there, and then right below that you've got this really nice piece of sort of mesh kind of material, but it's got a lot larger holes in it than a mesh would normally have. And then straight under that you get into that very first sort of animal print, but it's subtle. It's not in your face, sort of like this is an animal print shoe. It's just on that one horizontal line or layer there, and it's not on any of the other parts of the shoe. So I really dig that. And then you get into that white, and then the green, and then back to the white again, and it all plays really well. I don't know what it is about the shoe shoes that really get it for me. Maybe it's the orange on the top line, maybe it's the green, maybe it's the animal print, maybe it's the way the colours kind of balance off of each other. But for me, it's a really nice shoe. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I could rock that. Maybe the sail midsole's a bit of a different choice than I'd go with, given that it's a more white upper. I'd probably go with a white midsole or something completely different. But sail is what the Japanese say is chu to hampa, which is sort of like neither one nor the other. And to me, that sail midsole is like neither one nor the other. They should have gone with something that's in either the colorway or just completely white and neutral. But anyway, that was just my first instinct. And then I was like, you know, I'm definitely checking that shoe. I really want to have a close-up look at it. Like my Air Max 95s, this is a great looking shoe. Reminds me of the Miami Hurricanes. And if we say Miami Hurricanes, we definitely have to go check out Seabass_photos. And hopefully behind me here, you'll see. Actually, I'll try and find a way to get the thumbnail I use, because I made a kind of cool thumbnail that split diagonally across the middle with the Parlay, the OG Parlay Ultra Boost, and then the Hurricanes, the Miami Hurricanes Ultra Boost 1.0s, and I think I'm right in saying that I split that one down the middle and did a good job. And you can see the Hurricanes in that blue, not blue, in that green and orange. So when I first looked at these guys, I thought maybe there's a tie-up with the Miami Hurricanes there. No, haven't found one. It just seems to be an Era shoe without any connection to those Miami Hurricanes. But still, green and orange, great combination on a shoe. Really pulled it off here, especially without going too hard on either of those two colours, because if they'd gone overly green or overly orange, it would have dominated the shoe. And actually, to be honest, more of the shoe is white than anything else, and the green and the orange are more like accents, and that works. It makes it a really clean shoe. And I really, really hope you can see in the lateral side here that this is gorgeous. It's a beautiful shoe, because I really want to build it up so I can really, really shoot it down. And I don't like do that because I want to do it or because I enjoy shooting down shoes. I want to do it because I tell the truth. And what happened with this shoe is the opposite of what usually happens. What usually happens is I see a shoe and I think, will I check it out? And then I dig into it. And the deeper I dig, the more I'm like, yes, that's a beautiful shoe. I definitely want to talk about that for the channel. But in the case of these guys, the deeper I dug into it, the more I was kind of like, oh, that's, really? So today what we're going to do now in the second half of the video is take the shoe apart, and we started doing that on the lateral side, swoosh towards the back of the shoe, which is kind of one of my cool features. Actually, let me take these guys up here. Yeah, you can still see the swoosh here. It's kind of more subtle on these guys. It's not very much jumping out at you there. If you kind of look at these from far away, maybe that swoosh there, it's not really, you know, a main feature on the shoe. But looking at these guys here, you can see that swoosh right back there on the heel section. The odd thing for me is the outline of it and the colours of it, they don't quite jive with this green, orange and sail or white colorway, and I'm like, that's an odd choice, but from far enough away you can kind of say, you know, maybe it blends in with the shoe, so I'll kind of give them that. So then, okay, dig a little deeper. Oh, the tongues. Ooh, okay, interesting choice there. We already looked at the Fuji on the tongues of these guys, which is really cool. Fits in with the colorway of the shoe, fits in with the narrative of the shoe. But this tongue here, man, it's like, I don't know whose idea it was to put so much color on there and so many colors that don't match the rest of the shoe. It's kind of like, is it from a completely different shoe? I don't know what the point was. I don't know what they were trying to say. You know, I don't know if there's a message behind that, or if they just had some extra thread in blue or purple or whatever, and they thought, right, let's just fire that into this shoe. And speaking of purple, actually, you know what? I'll come to the purple bit in a minute. Let's go with the fastest route, which is from those tongues onto the insoles. And again, it's the same story as the tongues. What's all this color? Where's it coming from? Where are all these colors come from? Why have you got it designed in this way? The top of the shoe is sleek, and it's sort of solid and simple, basically in that three colorway: green, orange, and basically sail or white. But then you get inside and it's just a splash and mess of color, and I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, that's just not what I was expecting. And then the purple that I wanted to say was, if we go round to the back, I'm going to give them this one, even though the purple doesn't fit in with the green, orange, and white part of the shoe. It actually works, and it kind of works in a way because the shoe is like the Air Jordan 1 Incredible Hulk or Joker, depending on which camp you're in. And that sort of green, purple, white motif, you know, having purple on a green shoe, not my favorite thing, but you can kind of like forgive it if you like, whereas all that other color in the insole and on the tongues is kind of like, woo, what you're doing there. But what I find really like just odd, and before I show you up here, I'll stay with the heel and that purple detailing on there, because I really want to show you this. I mean, this is a beautiful outsole. If you look at that marbling effect on there, it's a great looking outsole, and if I show it to you like in relation to the upper, it really matches the obsidian blue of the upper there. It's a great outsole in itself. But then it's this part in the middle here that has a story to tell in the shoe. In this particular shoe, it really fits the story. It works really well. The red circle in the middle for the flag of Japan. Tokyo is these are the letters that spell out Tokyo in Japanese. So then let's go and have a look at, it's a green, orange and white shoe. What are you going to expect on the outsole? Are you going to expect that? I mean, I'm confused. When you really zoom in on it, hopefully I've been able to zoom in on it here on the green screen, you can see it's almost like a calculator or something, some kind of digital readout in sort of digital format where they've spelled out, I think it's Air Max it says down there, but you can still see the parts of the calculator screen that they haven't used or whatever. I don't know, I'm not explaining it really well, but you can see it here, and it's just like, whoa, so I mean, let's go back to the lateral side and look at a really beautiful shoe. They really nailed it. It's a really great looking shoe. It's very, everything about it says yes to me, is very, very right to me. But then you just dig into it, you get that heel purple on there, which is a bit, you get the strange colours in that small swoosh at the back, Then on the tongue, it's like, whoa, way too much. It's almost like kaleidoscopically too much colour. And then on the insole as well, and then you flip them upside down and have a look at the outsole, and it's like you're looking at a completely different shoe. So for me, what Nike have done is they've taken a great shoe, what is like, you know, in its general broad strokes, a really good looking shoe, and they've kind of ruined it, to be honest. So, and there's enough little detailing. I mean, tongues, insoles, heel branding, outsoles, you know, they're not really the major features of a shoe, but there's enough of them, like if you take all of those little small parts and clump them together, for me to actually say no on these guys. I might have considered putting my hand in my pocket and buying these, because I really did dig that colour, but now I'm just like, you know what? Too much Nike, you've overdone it. You've overdone this Air Max 95 era, but that's just my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion out there, please definitely let me know in the comments down below. I always appreciate it when people tell me how they feel about a sneaker. For now though, it's time for me to sign off. Like I said, it's the middle of the night, it's almost 2 o'clock now, and I can feel my eyes getting tired. I hope I didn't fall asleep in the middle of this video without realizing it. Maybe I'm narcoleptic and I fell asleep and this is a 4-hour video, who knows. But when I get to edit it in a couple of hours time, ready for today, fingers crossed it'll work out fine for me. For now, time for me to sign off and do what I do at the end of every single one of my videos, which is tell you guys that I do this every single day, and that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.